Coming up next, Lakers up 2-0 on the Miami Heat. I'm Allen Sliwa, and this is the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Keyshawn.
You ready?
LA's mega sports lineup.
Are you ready?
On LA's mega sports station. Start your day with me, Keyshawn, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Keyshawn, Jay Will, Zubin, and Travis Rogers. Here with you each weekday morning. Mike Greenberg, Greeny, is back on your radio from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. At 11, you loved him for years on 710. Max is back. Max Kellerman for your lunch hour. And at 1 p.m., my guys Mason and Ireland are back in middays until 4 p.m. How about a little afternoon flavor with George Sedano and LZ Granderson? Sedano and LZ until 7. And the LA Sports Talk Now don't stop until 10 p.m. each weeknight. Scott Kaplan holds it down at night. The all-new 710. Don't get it twisted, homeboy. The best sports talk in LA on 710 ESPN.
On 710 ESPN.
With Pizza Hut, everyone ends up winning. And with the new Double It Box, you get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas in one box. So they can choose what they want, and you get the taste that you enjoy. Order the Double It Box for carryout or delivery at pizzahut.com. Prices, charges, and minimums vary. Delivery charge, not a tip.
LA's mega sports station, your Lakers station, 710 ESPN.
We want to embody what Kobe Bryant stood for and honor his memory.
The Mamba mentality's in full effect for the NBA Finals as the Lakers reach the final step on mission number 17.
Pull it back, Kobe.
Every time you put on purple and gold, you think about his legacy, you think about him and what he meant to this franchise for 20-plus years.
Pull it back, Kobe.
Just looking down at the jersey and Coach telling us is just a constant reminder that Kobe's with us and we kind of have his spirit in those jerseys.
The spirit of the Mamba lives in us all, every day, every step of the playoffs, and every big shot.
Rondo brings in Anthony Davis, 3 for the win. He got it! No time on the clock. It's over.
It's a shot Kobe Bryant would hit. It's a Mamba shot.
Pull it back, Kobe.
Share every moment with us. The race for the ring at number 17 as we do it for Kobe.
710 ESPN.
Pull it back, Kobe.
All-time starting 5. Who you putting in that top 5?
All-time starting 5 for the Lakers. I'm going Magic at the 1, Jerry West at the 2, Kobe at the 3, myself at the 4, and Shaq at the 5. I mean, Shaq is so dominant, man. I love Kareem too, man. I can't even front on that, man. But Shaq's so dominant. It's we need a big because I'm playing the 4, so we need a big.
AD already put himself in the top 5.
Oh, AD put himself in the top 5. Well, he could take me out. Put AD in the top 5. Take me out, dude.
All-time Lakers 5. You're putting together a Lakers starting lineup. Who's in that top 5?
Ooh.
You go position by position.
Yeah. You got to go Magic at point. Kobe at 2. I'm going to go James Worthy at 3.
Always get your to-go with the new $10 tastemaker from Pizza Hut. A large pizza with up to 3 toppings for just $10. Choose contactless delivery or curbside pickup at pizzahut.com.
Once again,
here's Allen Sliwa.
Lakers basketball on 710 ESPN is brought to you by Metro. Metro continues to strengthen cleaning on our buses and trains with added services to help maintain social distancing. For your essential trips, learn more at metro.net/we're here for you. If you want to be a part of the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show, you can call us at 877-710-ESPN or hit me on Twitter at Allen Sliwa. Lakers just 2 games away, 124-114, the final score over the Heat. Championship number 17, literally just 2 games away. By the way, Sunday is game 3. Tuesday is game 4. By the time we get to Wednesday, this thing could be over. If it does go to a 5th game, game 5 wouldn't be until Friday. So it just kind of shows you what we got going on over the next couple of days. LeBron James, a rebound and assist shy of a triple-double, also at 33 points. By the way, him and Anthony Davis, just how efficient they are from the field. They missed a total of 14 shots out of 45. 29 of 45 between these two players. LeBron James on the Lakers win. LeBron James obviously on the team's performance and being 2 wins away from a championship.
Hey, LeBron, Mike Trudell in L.A. I believe you would have just finished your junior year in high school, 2002. Kobe and Shaq both go for 30-plus against the Nets. Game 3, the finals. You, of course, were then drafted the next year. You and AD, it's the first time Lakers teammates have done that since then. Just wondered if you were, your thoughts on the Kobe-Shaq dynamic and kind of what it's like going through a game like today with AD, especially at a similar level of efficiency.
Obviously being in high school and watching the Kobe-Shaq duo, it was the most dominant duo that I have personally seen in my life from a basketball perspective. Hadn't seen, obviously, we knew the force that Shaq brought to the table, but the elegance and force that Kobe played with as well. They were very dominant in what they did on the floor, on both sides of the floor. So to be in a conversation with those two guys, myself and Anthony, or myself and AD, he's going to kill me. Myself and AD, it's just very humbling because, I know I grew up watching those guys. I grew up admiring Kobe, obviously, for, kid coming straight out of high school. So, admired that kid that was young and got the opportunity and obviously the force that Shaq played with. So, just very humbling, and we're happy that we can be even mentioned with those greats.
LeBron, both AD and Frank kind of indicated that they, even though it's a win, they weren't totally happy with how things went today, defensively, especially Frank had mentioned. Do you agree with that? And if so, what concerns you about?
No, I definitely agree. And myself, Coach, and AD was not happy with our defensive presence tonight. We know we can be a lot better. And we're just myself and AD, we're not satisfied, and with just a win. We want to be great. We want to be great. As close to 48 minutes as possible. And I know I said it after game 1, but I'm extremely excited to watch the film tomorrow as well as a group and see ways we can be better. We're playing against a very dangerous team in Miami where they have 5 guys on the floor that's a threat, as they've shown tonight. So we have to continue to stay on our P's and Q's and cross our T's and dot our I's throughout the course of the game. And just, if we have a breakdown, being able to cover for one another, but they do a great job of putting your defense in positions that you may not be accustomed to. So we definitely was not happy with our performance defensively tonight. And we can be, we know, not hopefully, we know we'll be better in game 3.
Allison?
Start with Dave McMenamin.
LeBron, if you indulge me on the Kobe-Shaq line of questioning, obviously Shaq, big post presence, a 5 as much as a 5 can be, Kobe perimeter and all that. You and AD seem to have elements, maybe a bit of both of their games. I don't know if you would agree with that, but if you do, could you describe how maybe both of you are a bit of a hybrid of what those guys brought to the court?
Well, I guess if you look at the sense of the size and the power and the speed that Shaq at his size played with, you could look at my game throughout the course of my career and say that. And then you look at the elegance and the ability to shoot the ball and the ability to play in the paint as well, post up, get to the perimeter. I guess you can say that you can have some of AD's game that can compare to Kobe's game in that sense. Obviously, we're all 4 of us, all different positions. Kobe was a natural 2 guard. I'm kind of whatever position. Shaq is a center, and AD is kind of a hybrid as well. So, but I guess all 4 of us, we have a winning mentality, and we just try to make enough plays out on the floor throughout the course of the game that would benefit not only ourselves individually, but for the most important thing, for the better of the team. And I can't even believe that we, up here talking about myself and AD with Kobe and Shaq. I mean, it's an incredible thing.
How's it?
In the third quarter, you guys had an 18-point lead, and pretty close to that point,
the Heat had a timeout and UD was talking to the guys and really fired up. And at that point, it seemed like there was maybe a turn in momentum and they started attacking aggressively. What do you know about UD that makes him impactful to a bench of players like that, even though he himself is not playing in the game?
Just check his resume. It's that simple. I mean, he's put in the work. He's been there. He's been through everything that the Heat franchise have seen. He's seen it all. He's done it all. I mean, just check his resume. So, and he's it's not many guys that talk about it and also be about it. He's one of them. And if you want to be in a foxhole, that's somebody you want to be in a foxhole with.
Dan?
LeBron, you used the word force probably 6 or 7 times in the first 2 answers today. How important has your team's ability to play with force that made a difference in these first 2 games?
Well, I think I was talking about force because Shaq's name came up, and there's no way that you can talk about Shaq and not that word come up. From a team's perspective, I think we've done a good job of, one, not turning the ball over, but also still being able to play with force, as you would say. Play with tempo offensively, get good looks, get looks that we like, make or miss, and live with the results. Now, we have to play with that type of force defensively, but also from a cerebral side as well, from thinking the game a little bit better as they're going through their offense and their pace and their force as well. So we got to be a lot better, obviously, on that side.
We'll send it back to Will for a couple.
All right, y'all take a couple more. Andy Kamenetsky.
Hey, LeBron. When you guys advanced past Denver, Frank was talking about the relationship he has with you, and he said that the buy-in that you had with him as a coach and the immediacy of that buy-in did a lot for this team and where you are right now. What was it about Frank that gave you that immediate buy-in and that you gravitated towards quickly?
For one, from a competitive standpoint, going against Frank's teams in Indiana when we had our battles when I was in Miami, you understood how well those teams were coached. And it starts, with the head coach. And the players are an extension of the head coach. So I had that memory of that, just battling those Indiana Pacer teams. And for me, I've always been a coachable player throughout my whole life. I've played for multiple coaches, and I've always been a coachable player. So, the respect, more importantly, he's the head coach, and the head coach should have the respect from all his players, no matter who you are. If you're really serious about trying to make an impact or really trying to do something special. So, it was just that simple for me personally.
All right, that's LeBron James right there. What's interesting, too, LBJ, I think, hit on a couple different points how, first of all, anytime you're talking about the LeBron James, Anthony Davis, that combination, you're trying to make comparisons to Kobe and Shaq, of course. That's 3 NBA championships for the Lakers. So let's see what these two can, what they can put together in this next week or so, and see if they can get their first championship together and see what happens next season. But I get the combination. I get how dominating that duo is. You start looking at other dominating Laker duos in the past. Jimmy Butler, by the way, 25 points, 13 assists for the Miami Heat. Just want to highlight a couple guys. Kelly Olynyk, 24 points for the Miami Heat. So you had a few guys chip in for Miami. They're still trying to obviously make this a series as best as they can. Tyler Hero had 17. Jay Crowder had 12. Kendrick Nunn had 13. So you had about, I think, 5 guys that scored in double figures, but not enough for the Miami Heat. We'll see if Bam Adebayo comes back and if there's any updates on Goran for Game 3. That's coming up on Sunday. 877-710-ESPN. We'll take more of your phone calls when we come back. Plus, Anthony Davis. We'll get a chance to hear from him. Stay right here. This is the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Keyshawn.
Ready?
LA's mega sports lineup.
Are you ready?
On LA's mega sports station. Start your day with me, Keyshawn, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Keyshawn, Jay Will, Zubin, and Travis Rogers. Here with you each weekday morning. Mike Greenberg, Greeny is back on your radio from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. At 11, you loved him for years on 710. Max is back. Max Kellerman for your lunch hour. And at 1 p.m., my guys Mason and Ireland are back in middays until 4 p.m.
How about a little afternoon flavor with George Sedano and LZ Granderson?
Sedano and LZ until 7. And the LA Sports Talk Now don't stop until 10 p.m. each weeknight. Scott Kaplan holds it down at night.
The all-new 710.
Don't get it twisted, homeboy. The best sports talk in LA on 710 ESPN.
On 710 ESPN.
With Pizza Hut, everyone ends up winning. And with the new Double It box, you get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas in one box. So they can choose what they want, and you get the taste that you enjoy. Order the Double It box for carryout or delivery at pizzahut.com. Prices, charges, and minimums vary. Delivery charge, not a tip.
LA's mega sports station. Your Lakers station. 710 ESPN.
We want to embody what Kobe Bryant stood for and honor his memory.
The Mamba mentality's in full effect for the NBA Finals as the Lakers reach the final step on mission number 17.
Pull it back, Kobe.
Every time you put on purple and gold, you think about his legacy, you think about him and what he meant to this franchise for 20 plus years.
Pull it back, Kobe.
Just looking down at the jersey and Coach telling us is just a constant reminder that Kobe's with us and we kind of have his spirit in those jerseys.
The spirit of the Mamba lives in us all, every day, every step of the playoffs, and every big shot.
Rondo brings in Anthony Davis, 3 for the win. He got it! No time on the clock. It's over.
It's a shot Kobe Bryant would hit. It's a Mamba shot.
Pull it back, Kobe.
Share every moment with us. The race for the ring at number 17 as we do it for Kobe.
710 ESPN.
Pull it back, Kobe.
All-time Lakers starting 5. Who's in your starting 5?
Am I now a part of that roster now? I could be a part of that.
Do whatever you need to do.
Okay, I have Magic, Kobe at the 2, LJ at the 3. I'm at the 4. Got to go with the most dominant ever, Shaq at the 5.
That's a pretty good starting 5 right there. Pretty good.
Ooh, that's tough. I have Magic at the 1, Kobe at the 2, LeBron at the 3. Ooh, this is tough for the 4 and 5. All right, so I'm going to put Kareem at the 4, and I'm going to put Shaq at the 5, and I'll be the 6th man.
I like that. No one's beating that 5.
Nobody's beating that 6, you know.
6, there you go.
We're going to get the ball to Shaq, let him go to work, get everybody in foul trouble. Then Kareem is going to skyhook everybody to death. Then Magic's going to push the break.
Reaction on the Lakers line. Always get your to-go with the new $10 tastemaker from Pizza Hut. A large pizza with up to 3 toppings for just $10. Choose contactless delivery or curbside pickup at pizzahut.com.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers Postgame with Sliwa.
Now, here's Allen Sliwa.
All right, so Game 3 coming up on Sunday. By the way, that's a 4:30 tip-off, so we'll start pregame show at 2:30, myself and Michael Thompson. As we start to wrap up Game 2, got to hear from Anthony Davis. AD on the night. You know, I'm just listening to Michael and John during the broadcast, and they're like, he's 7 of 8. He's 8 of 9. And you got all the way to, he was 14 of 15 at some point, ended up with 15 of 20 from the field for Anthony Davis, 32 points and 14 rebounds, as good as anybody on the basketball floor this entire postseason. That's including LeBron James. LeBron's been unbelievable, but so has AD. Give him his credit. Here's Anthony Davis post-game on the Lakers' 10-point win.
Anthony, you and LeBron, AD, you and LeBron are the first Laker teammates to score 30-plus in a finals game since Kobe and Shaq did it in 2002. I asked LeBron the same question. Are there elements that you see of both Kobe's game and Shaq's game in your game, and both Kobe's game and Shaq's game and LeBron's game? And if there are, could you describe them?
those two guys are obviously special. That duo is special together. The best duo we've seen. Multiple championships, but they both are so dominant. I know they had a little sit down. They was talking about they were arguing because they both want to be so dominant. They both want to be great. They both want to win, and that's why they kind of gelled together outside of everything else that you might have heard that they were going through. But those two guys were selfless. They both had a competitive spirit within themselves to will their teams to win. And I think me and Bron's the same way. We're two guys who want to win, no matter the circumstance. We both want to. We both want to, to make sure that we do whatever it takes to help our team win. And when you got two guys that's selfless, and it's not gonna always be, pretty. Sometimes we're gonna argue. Sometimes we're gonna have disagreements, but we know it's coming from the right place. But when you got two guys who want to win as bad as we do and want to be dominant every single game, you have games like tonight. We're two guys able to score the basketball, able to rebound, and able to find guys. So it's rare you see it. We know we have something special with us too, and with this team. We just try to capitalize on it.
If you had to match up the pair, you guys and them, who's Shaq and who's Kobe out of you and LeBron?
He's Kobe because he handles the ball, and I'm Shaq because I play in the post.
Frank was saying no matter who Miami has in their offense, they're just really tough to guard, and obviously put up 39 on you guys in the third quarter. What about their offense kind of forces you guys into uncomfortable positions, and where do you feel you guys can make growth in 2 days?
They just play so free. Everybody's moving, everybody's cutting, everybody on the floor is live, which means everybody just kind of do random things. So it's tough on the defense. You really have to talk, you really have to communicate, you really have to know what schemes you in. And they put a lot of pressure, on the defense. For us, we got to do a better job on, communicating on the defensive end and being in coverage. Talking in the coverage and making sure guys know what we're in. We can't, assume somebody's going to be somewhere. We have to talk and relay the messages and the defensive schemes and the calls to one another, so we know that. So we let the other guy know what we're in, so we don't have too many hiccups and too many mistakes. In that third quarter, we had a ton of open layups, a ton of open threes, and they made us pay.
All right, Kazu? I'm sorry, Dan?
Anthony. All season long, the message has been stay in the moment, don't look too far ahead. But here you guys are, 2 games from the goal that you guys set for yourselves at 12, 13 months ago when the season began. How important is that stay in the moment message for you guys, specifically right now in this moment?
It's huge. I mean, this team have shown, in both games that they're able to, fight back. Even when they're down 20, 30, whatever it is, they're able to fight back and make plays. And so we can't get too high, especially with this team. And they didn't even have their, 2 of their, top scorers, 2 of their best players. So they always had that next man up mentality, and they come in and play every night. They play hard, play physical, they play aggressive. And so we came in tonight and said this is a must-win for us. And we're going to come in next game and say it's a must-win, and the next game is a must-win, and so forth, so on and so forth. So we know what this team is capable of. I think they had 4 guys or 5 guys with 15 plus. Guys coming off the bench, scoring, playing well. So we have to lock in on those guys and show them respect as well, which we do. But this team can play, and we have to. Have to be wary of that and just make sure that we come in and get better in our defensive schemes, which is going to help us win.
Sam Amick?
You guys have obviously figured out how to compete at a high level in this weird environment, but I wonder, on a night like tonight, your agent, Rich Paul, is here, Jeannie was here, you got family members of different players. Are you drawing any energy at all from the folks off the floor, or is it something different where it's the hardwood and that's it?
We don't even, it's kind of dark over there, so you don't really see them. I'm not sure if they're allowed to make any noise or anything like that, but we really bring energy from ourselves. Our bench does a great job of bringing us that energy, cheering for us. I mean, you see all the, animations our team, does on the sideline. JR, Dion, Dwight, JaVale, all those guys are Costas. All those guys are the first ones up when we make a big play. So that's where we kind of get our energy from, within each other, and go out there and play as hard as we can. When you got a team like that who's always cheering us on and celebrating when we make big plays, you find a little bit of extra energy. Even when you're tired. I know sometimes when I'm going up and down the floor and you might get a little winded, and I see them guys cheering us on, yelling, screaming at us. You find that extra energy to do whatever you got to do to help the team win.
All right, let's go back to Will.
Yeah, I'll take a couple more. Tanya?
Hey, AD, you mentioned earlier today just the concept of it's not always pretty. Sometimes there are disagreement and arguments a little bit, but the ultimate goal is positive, and that's why that's not a big deal. I wonder if that kind of played itself out today during the game. Were there moments when you and LeBron were disagreeing about something that was going on? And
did y'all see something?
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we just try to both hold each other accountable. We both want to be great. We both want to, dominate the game. And we had some blown coverages on the defensive end. And, we were both frustrated because we had multiple coverages that were blown tonight. And, we just all piling up, and, we kind of just had that moment, put it behind us and just kept playing. So, like I said, it's not going to always be pretty, It always seemed like, everything's good with me and him. But we do have our, times where we do yell at each other and we do argue. But we know it's coming from a good place, so we get over it quickly.
All right, that's Anthony Davis right there. By the way, I love that. AD talking about how even in mistakes, they figure out a way to make it happen. Okay, Sunday, Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Catch us right here on 710 ESPN. 2:30 is the pregame show. This has been the Lakers postgame show here on 710 ESPN.
Thank you for listening to Lakers basketball tonight. The Lakers are now only 2 wins away from that ring.
Lakers basketball on ESPN LA is sponsored by Sincoro Tequila, official sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers basketball.
Brought to you by Jiffy Lube. For even more savings, check out jiffylubesocial.com. Brought to you by Mobile Wash. Need a car wash? Download Mobile Wash and have one of our professionals bring the car wash to you in minutes at home or work. Experience Mobile Wash. Car wash delivered.
Brought to you in part by Dignity Health. Safety first, healing always. There's never been a better time to get the care you need. Visit dignityhealth.org/SoCal. Get closer to Lakers basketball right here.
Lakers basketball. Brought to you by Pizza Hut.
Always get your to-go with the new $10 tastemaker from Pizza Hut. A large pizza with up to 3 toppings for just $10. Choose contactless delivery or curbside pickup at pizzahut.com. Next up for the Lakers on